The restaurant's name was Le Bistro Mystérieux, which meant the mysterious bistro. However, the mystery wasn't confined to its name alone. The restaurant was renowned for serving the finest cuisine in town and for harboring the darkest of secrets. Here's a tale that unfolded within the enigmatic walls of the restaurant. Rain poured outside, and the wind was relentless, seeking refuge from the inclement weather. A group of friends entered Le Bistro Mystérieux. The interior exuded a warm ambience, with soft light filtering through thick curtains. Casting a gentle glow over the tables, a waiter presented the menu, and the friends made their selections. However, they noticed a peculiar section at the menu's end titled Mysterious Delicacies. It featured the restaurant's special dishes. One of the friends decided to order from this section, and the others followed suit as the dishes were served. A palpable tension hung in the air. The food was presented in an unusual manner. They looked like ordinary dishes, but black powdery spices were sprinkled atop them, emitting an unsettling aroma. The first bite was exquisite, yet something felt amiss. Slowly, as they continued to eat, an odd sensation crept over them. Suddenly, one of the friends began trembling, and their head started spinning. Others tried to assist, but to no avail. The owner of the restaurant rushed to help, carrying the fainting friend and urgently summoning a doctor. The doctor examined the ailing friend and declared that they needed immediate hospitalization, suspecting poisoning. The other friends began feeling unwell, experiencing dizziness and nausea. The restaurant owner, fearing a larger incident, instructed the remaining patrons to leave the premises. The hospitalized friend's condition was grave. Doctors suspected exposure to a toxic substance. The others experienced similar symptoms and decided to seek medical attention. An investigation into the mysterious incident at the restaurant was initiated by the police. However, the restaurant owner and staff vehemently maintained that everything was normal, yet something was awry as the restaurant's security cameras malfunctioned during the incident, and all recordings were mysteriously erased. The friends were treated and eventually recovered, but the mysterious reputation of the restaurant grew. The local populace vowed never to set foot in the Bistro Mystérieux again, and it became a city legend. The enigma surrounding the incident remained unsolved, and Le Bistro Mystérieux continued to be regarded as the darkest and most mysterious place in town. Next story. On a hot August evening, one of the city's most famous restaurants, the Petit Gourmet, was bustling with patrons. Candlelit tables, elegant tablecloths, and the soft strains of a violin created an ambience as delectable as the food itself. However, this evening, an unusual event would unfold on the restaurant's top floor. Among the patrons were Sarah and Mark, a young couple celebrating their anniversary. They had chosen this special evening to mark their first year together. Mark had a gift box concealed on the table, but the contents remained a surprise. They ordered their meals, exchanged warm smiles, and gazed deeply into each other's eyes. However, when their dishes arrived, Sarah, as she took a bite, a strange expression crossed her face. "Mark, there's a peculiar taste to this dish," she said. Mark, tasting it himself, appeared surprised. "You're right, my dish is fine, but yours, it's intriguing." Without further mixing her meal, Sarah summoned the waiter and inquired about the nature of her dish. The waiter explained that it was a special flavor called Taste of Love, and that the restaurant could only serve it on special occasions. Sarah and Mark requested to see the restaurant's owner, Chef Pierre. Pierre insisted that the dish was a unique blend and that what made their meals special was the magical taste of love. Sarah and Mark weren't entirely convinced, but paid their bill and left the restaurant. That night, their lives took an unexpectedly bizarre turn. Upon returning home, Sarah and Mark found that their relationship had deepened in an inexplicable way. They felt more connected to each other, but at the same time something was amiss. Sarah sensed that she could influence Mark's actions and thoughts, even as if she could read his mind. A week passed, and the situation grew increasingly peculiar. Sarah and Mark not only felt each other's thoughts, but could also control each other's bodies. They were both frightened by this development, but couldn't seem to break free from it. They began researching and discovered that before they had the Taste of Love dish at the restaurant, they had been a normal couple. This phenomenon had begun after their visit to the restaurant. They decided to return and confront Pierre. Pierre refused to divulge the ingredients of the dish, but explained that the magical taste of love had bound them together. They were now destined to continue influencing each other's thoughts, feelings, and actions. Sarah and Mark couldn't escape this strange connection and resigned themselves to a lifetime bound by the mystical taste of love.